Hey, Douglas, what's up, man?
Dr. John, how's it going?
Rocking, dude. What about you?
Doing good.
Excellent. What's
Things
up,
are
brother?
great. got a dad question for you.
Dad it up, dude.
All right, so I'm a single dad. I got a great 8-year-old daughter, and I work hard at being a dad. I've been divorced for the last 7 years, and my kid's getting older, asking questions about relationships, mom, dad, all that stuff. And so for me, I look at how I learned about relationships, and it's mostly through observation. But I'm not sure I'm ready to start dating yet. So trying to see what I can do to teach her about healthy relationships without being in one.
Ooh, that's a great question, man. Look at you signing up for Dad of the Year. It's awesome, man.
Trying.
What happened with your first marriage?
Okay, I guess we can unpack that. It was a good marriage for the most part, and then there was an affair. It ended pretty quick.
Yours or hers?
Hers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, bro, hold on, dude. That hurt is still right up near your surface. Have you worked through that?
Yeah, I have. Okay. I go to counseling and have since then, and it's just a tricky situation. It's like a good marriage for 7 years, and then like a couple months of really bad, and so overall, things were pretty good there, and still have an amicable relationship. But
y'all are good co-parents.
What's that?
Y'all are good co-parents.
Yes,
Okay.
we are.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
So what has your story been with your 8-year-old so far as to why you and mom don't live in the same house?
There really hasn't been a story yet. Try to keep it light and not really get into any details. It's just we're a different type of family. We work together. We just don't live together. And, a lot of her questions come from what she sees from her friends at school and other parents and things like that.
8-year-olds are real smart. I have one.
Yeah.
And they know way more than most parents give them credit for.
Yeah.
I do this for a living, and I'm constantly stunned at the stuff my daughter's picking up.
Yeah.
Does your wife have the, I would call it the strength of character to sit down with her 8-year-old and say, Mommy made some bad choices. We'll tell you about them when you get older. Mom made some bad choices. Would she be willing to do that or no?
No, I don't think so.
I hate that for your daughter, dude.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that because your daughter's going to start asking herself what she could do to get y'all back together. Is your mom remarried?
No, she is dating, but not remarried.
Jeez, man, I hate that.
Yeah.
All right, so you're stuck in that awful space of you can't really tell your daughter the truth at 8. One day you can. By the way, one day you can. Yeah. 15, 16, 17, one day you can. Okay? And we're not going to run down mom. She's a terrible mom. Mom made some decisions that hurt dad real bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can. That's just telling the truth. It's not running people down, et cetera, et cetera. To answer your question, you're right. A really important day-by-day, minute-by-minute model for what relationships and love look like is a kid watching two parents. And you don't have that.
Yep.
And that's okay. The next best proxy is how you treat her and how you treat every other woman you interact with, whether it's a waitress, whether it's your ex-wife, whether it is the woman at the Southwest counter, any other person that your daughter, it radiates from you that you honor and respect and treat women with dignity. That's as little things like when you and your daughter go out for breakfast or for lunch and you ask, hey, what are 2 or 3 of your favorite things about that woman who is bringing us our dinner? Let your daughter just talk about it and then say, here's how much the meal cost. Let's leave her a tip. What's a tip, Dad? Well, a tip is a way we can honor her extra, and this money goes directly into her pocket. Let's make the tip wild. right? And those are ways that she gets to see in real time with real numbers you choosing to honor people.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another thing you can do is a tangible. Adults talk at kids a lot, and they absorb it. But if you kept a spiral that you put on her bed, that she then writes in and puts on your bed, she can read it and then reread it and then reread it. And if you use map colors or crayons or something silly, it might take you 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But if you do that on a regular basis, one of the greatest gifts we can give our kids is time.
Okay.
And it will eventually sink in the amount of dedicated time, even those 5 minutes, 10 minutes that dad spent on daughter, that will lift her up. This is what this looks like. See what I'm saying?
Okay. I do.
So it's these small things. Do not start dating if you're not ready, just so you can try to show her what dating looks like. Don't do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Let her feel from every single day of her life how much dad is invested. And by the way, this doesn't mean that you never miss a game, you never miss a recital, you never miss a whatever. That's not what I mean. I mean that when y'all are together, there's a laser between the two of you.
Okay.
There's not a phone. There's not a digital babysitter. There's not an iPad. There is a laser beam from dad.
Yep.
And she will know when she meets somebody, my dad loved me way more than you do. Idiot. Right?
You're right.
My dad paid way more attention. My dad even wrote me notes every night. How can you not, stupid boyfriend who wants to date? Right? I mean, you'll create a bedrock of safety for her that another man will have a hard time matching, and good. That's what we want, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And again, I'm not going to lie to you. It'd be better if you and mom are still in the same house and she could watch you do that. I watched my daughter the other day. My wife and I were smooching in the kitchen, and my daughter was going, ew, gross. Ah! And she was making this, she's 8 too. But I caught her. She was covering up her eyes and going, gross. But I saw her look through her fingers.
Yep.
She wanted to see it, right? And so she's just absorbing it. And she sees me walk in the front door, completely ignore my daughter, and go straight for my wife. Like, she is learning, like, oh, that woman is the most important thing in my dad's life, which is awesome. And so you don't have that, so we're going to do the next best thing, which good on you for even asking the question, man. Where did you even come up with that idea to ask that question?
Just a lot of time thinking, I'm getting questions from her, and
what kind of questions?
It's how come you and mom don't live in the same house? It's how come you don't kiss? Are you going to live in the same house again? Things like that. And then I realized I'm not. I have a defense mechanism put up. Everything I do is to make sure I have this safe bubble around the both of us. So I would say, even my family doesn't live in state. So, I have a handful of close friends. So I don't have a lot of relationships. And I was just kind of, as I'm getting those questions, I'm thinking about, what can I do here? Kind of given the situation that I'm in.
Yeah. And again, this is geographically bound, but some of the greatest parenting wisdom I got was from a buddy, S.J. Dahlstrom. He's a children's author and he's worked at children's homes for years. And one of the things he told me early on when my son was born was take your son everywhere you can possibly take him. And that's happened with my son and my daughter, but he gets to watch me interact with other adults. So he gets to see it, right? My daughter gets to see it. I try to take her everywhere I possibly can. And so I think at 8 years old, I'm going to start bringing her.
Okay.
Now, you can't take her to a bar. And if you're going to be out till midnight, you can't do that kind of stuff. But if you're going to the grocery store, you're coming with me. If we're going over to a friend's house for a dinner, she's coming too. Even if it's awkward, even if she has to take a coloring book and crayon, we're going to try to curate that world, right? And, dude, kids can feel the effort you are putting into keeping the world a mirage.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to say, me and mommy were married. And as adults, we made a decision to not be married anymore. We still respect each other. Mommy and I don't do romantic love together anymore, but we both are together and united in making sure you have a great life. Why? What happened? Those are adult things. And when you get older, we'll talk about them. But those are adult conversations.
Okay.
So trying to pretend like, oh, we're just married. We just don't live in the same house and we don't have any affection and she dates other guys. Like, that's going to blow your daughter's mind way more than just saying, no, we decided together that we were not going to be married anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we both wish it had been different, but it wasn't. And when you get older, we'll tell you more about it.
Yep. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. It's super helpful.
And you can ask her, and you can even do this. What are 10 questions you want to ask about me and mommy? And or 10 questions. You get 10 questions to ask Dad anything. I don't know, Dad. Anything. And you might only be able to answer 4 of them. And you can say, these other 6 I'm writing down in this little journal here, and these are for when you get older. You're not there yet, but one day. Oh, come on. No, these are grown-up questions, but I'll answer them one day.
Okay. Same
as, she can't have a grown-up drink, or same as she can't watch this TV show because she's a kid, or same as she can't have ice cream for breakfast. Because, it's going to go into that bucket, but here's the meta that she's going to pick up, the meta message. Dad's in control. Dad's not hiding. Mm-hmm. And when Dad's trying to prop up a bubble, like, oh, it's all cool, it's cool, she can feel Dad hiding.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to answer that question. You're too young. But that's a good question, and I'll answer it one day. I know that's important to you. Like, that shows Dad's in control.
Yeah.
And good on you for being a good dad that wants to honor this young girl. Good for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, she's my world.
Yeah, dude. And you're hers, right? I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you, man. You give me hope for dads raising daughters all across the country. And dads, this is it. If you're facing a situation with your kid and you want to do better, ask some people. Find some people you trust. Reach out. This is not something you can be like, I don't know how to do that. I just don't know. No. It's your job to figure it out. Ask hard questions. Go see a counselor. Go see a child. Do something. Do a bunch of things. But be the best dad you can be. Show up. Whatever, regardless of your situation. Good on you, Douglas. I'm proud of you, man.